we've all been there. We've done our research, we've looked up the weather, we've done all this stuff, we've knocked off early on a Friday and we've got down to the lake only to find that the lake's full. So what'd you do? You text your mate and you say, right mate, where are you fishing? You know any lakes? So he texts back and he lets you know where the lakes are free. So you get down there. Now you ain't done any research and you don't know what's going on, you don't know what the best swims are, so of course you set up and the bailiff comes round. Now in order to bleed him for his knowledge and his info, you've got to make him a brew. So we've got to make the quickest brew that we can. So today's episode, I'm testing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stoves, different situations, different anglers are going to use all this different stuff, but just to see what the quickest brew is that we can make. I'm going to be putting 2 cups of water into the kettle and I'm going to be letting the stoves do the work, alright, and we'll see which is the best, and I'll give you a few pros and cons, maybe to make your own choice. We've got a variety of old schools, new schools, big ones, small ones, double ones, single ones, multi-use ones, and I'll let you make your mind up.
So we have a variety of stoves here, big ones, little tiny ones, emergency use ones, multi-use ones, and then a multi-fuel one.
So starting off, we've got a Coleman multi-fuel stove. We've then got, in that pouch there, we've got the Primus, yet again another multi-fuel stove. We've got the Cadac Safari Chef with a phone on top. Cadac Safari Chef, that's gas only. We then got a tiny little BRS, tiny little stove. We then got a hexi, so that's gas only, but the hexi is little fuel blocks. And then we come on to the old school of old school, the Coleman dual fuel, or dual burner. So let's see how we get on with them. So the first one we're going to be looking at today is the Coleman dual fuel. Now some of you will know this one from, well, pretty much every angler's arsenal. It's old school as anything, alright? Old school. Now you're probably looking at this going, what the hell is that? That's not a stove. Well, this is the case for it. Nash do a really good case called the stove pouch, but I like to use this metal one because it keeps it all in, and in an emergency, right, you can use this little pot, or the case, as a pot to boil your water, and the top off comes with the, you know, the lid as well. But it's handy just to store little bits in, fire starter, lighter, etc. And of course this little handle. Right, but we're not going to be using them today because I want to put the test conditions and show you like the real, you know, the real thing. I'm not going to be using any windbreaks as well because not a lot of people have them, but we're just going to be basically going from scratch to get the quickest brew, alright, and 2 cups of water each time. Alright, so this is the Coleman dual fuel, absolutely old school as anything, alright, and it's quite pricey, you know, definitely over the £100 mark, alright, but just absolutely bomb proof. Really good stoves, alright. Comes at the bottom with these little feet, and you know, fill it up with petrol, or I think you can even, what is it, the dual fuel stove. I think you can use pretty much most fuels in there, petrol and stove fuel, maybe even diesel. I'm not even sure about that, but what do you do to do it? You have this little knob here, take it out, pump it up, right, put your finger over the end, but pump it up, and once it's pressurized you then turn it on and we'll go from there. So I'm not going to be including the whole pumping scenario into this. It's literally going to be from lighting to once the kettle's boiled, right? And I'll show you the timer, and it will all be done in real time, just to show the realities of getting it done. Now, so it says here that what I should do is I should pump it up 30 times, and then once it's lit, I should give it another, what is it? Sorry, 25 pumps, and then once it's lit, as soon as the burner lights, open the pump and pump for 30 seconds. So 30 pumps, then close the pump as well. All right. So a little bit of priming involved to get this going, but I'm sure you can make your own mind up with that. Okay, it's a stove at the end of the day. All right. There we go. So. Wow, that was the emergency alert service. Weird, isn't it? Anyway, right, let's get this stuff done. One cup for me. One cup for Bailiff. And of course, that's why we always bring our guest mug. Just to make sure. Now, I'm going to even put in a real life scenario here, is the fact that we can't find our bloody lighter. You know, how many times have you done it? You go to light stove, you can't find your lighter, it's lost in the bivvy somewhere. So, I always carry one of these little fire steels. Yet again, bomb proof, and all you do is you just do that and it generates the spark. You see it coming off there? Maybe won't be able to see it because of the light, but absolutely bloody brilliant. And of course, if it gets wet, don't matter. Anyway, right, let's see how we go. Let's give it a couple of pumps. I mean, that is pretty pumped up, to be honest with you. Right. So as it's on now, what it's doing is it's warming up this tube here, and then the flame goes from being a dirty flame to a nice clean flame, so it ain't going to get all your pots and pans all dirty. And you can see that flame hopefully changing colour. There we go, that's a blue flame there. So where's that bloody phone gone? Get the phone out and we'll show you in real time right. I don't even know if you'll be able to see that. Can you see that down there? No. Can you see that there? Yeah, right, okay, so stopwatch. Nah, sun's too bright in it. But anyway, let's go.
So for this one, I'm going to let it run out in real time. But don't worry, for the next few, afterwards, I will actually try and cut the clip. But you'll still see the timer. So don't worry, your computer hasn't gone mental when you see it jump from, let's say, 1 minute up to whatever minutes it is. But for this one, I'm going to let it run in real time, so don't be too shocked that you're going to be a good few minutes on this one.
And there we go, 5 minutes 40 to get it to boil. Next stove we're going to be looking at is this tiny little BRS. I mean, it's so small, absolutely small. This is just a little 100-gram gas canister. Look at the size of this. I mean, look at it. Absolutely tiny. In my hand, all folded up. Look at that, right? So this is what I actually put in my webbing if I want to brew whilst I'm on exercise or what have you. But yeah, I mean, look at it. It weighs nothing. I mean, the gas canister weighs more than it. There you go. Ideal for, you know, anglers that are the bank rats, essentially, that are carrying minimal kit but still want to brew. And yeah, this is the one for you. Fits in your pouch, what have you. I'm not going to use this canister because this is, like I say, it's in my webbing and what have you, but what I will do is still use gas. But I've got this big canister, alright, so just to show you the size of it and what have you. It's still gas, it's still in there. Thing about gas is, unlike fuel or petrol, is this is not ideal in colder temperatures, which is why we've got this neoprene cover on it to try and insulate it a little bit. Because the gas just doesn't work good in the winter time, unfortunately. You can get winter mixes and what have you, but I don't think that this one is a winter mix anyway. But let's stop talking about it and let's get brewing. So we'll screw it on, a little bit fiddly. Alright, there we go. And all you do is you fold out your little bits. That's your pot stand, essentially. And then this is your control. I'll get the phone ready this time so that you can see the timings. We'll find the phone, it's in my pocket, of course it is. Right, so, in fact, pour some water first, 2 cups just like the last one. One for me and one for Bailiff. Go. Alright, so let's get it started. Max chat. In you go. There we go. 3 minutes. And it's boiling. So, quicker than the Coleman dual fuel, smaller, lighter. And there we go, 3 minutes and you've got your kettle boiled. So that's 2 minutes quicker at least. But like I say, today it's quite sunny today. Gas has been you know, a good choice for today. There it is, GRS. Right, next up, what have we got here? This little thing, okay? That's a look, tiny little thing. This is a little dragon fuel stove, or what we used to call a hexi. Little hexi cooker. Hexis have now gone, and they used to be big, and you know the hexi blocks were like a solid fuel. But what we have now is these little things, and inside there, you see these are fuel blocks that you can light. You can store 3 in there, but ups and downs. So this is quite light. Yet again, the up part of it is light. Essentially, it's disposable. But the downsides of it is once you've lit this, you can't put it out without stamping on it. You've got to use the whole block. You can't just like keep reusing it. You have to get hold of the bloody fuel things for it. You know, which I've got a lot of, Fire Dragon, but yeah, again, it's just you've got to carry around the full fuel blocks each bloody time. Now I don't know if this is even going to light with the fire still, so I might have to use the lighter, but we'll see. So there you go, that's what it looks like there. You put your fuel block, take it out the pouch, and put it in there, because if you can burn it in the pouch, but all the plastic will stick to the inside of the actual burner there. What you also do is you stick that in, close it down as such, and then you can rest your pot on there whilst it burns. Alright, so let's get it going. Okay, dispose of that. Do 2 cups again. One for me. Right, so 2 cups. Yet again, pros for this, all year round use. Doesn't matter if it gets wet, because it's just a solid fuel block. But I reckon this is going to take ages. Right, so we've learned that we can't light it with the fire still. I'm sure you probably could. Right, that's now lit. You can't, maybe you can't see the flame, but that is actually lit. Right. Start the stopwatch again. See how we get on. So just over 9 minutes. Nine minutes, one fuel tub. There it is, it's still burning away in there. And we've got a brew. So the next one, if you've been a long fan of mine, you will recognise this one. This is the Cadac Safari Chef. Absolutely gleaming bit of kit, but look at the size of it. Yeah, it comes in this carry bag, but it's heavy, it's cumbersome. This is for if you're having a, if you're near the peg, the car park's near the peg, you want this one. If you're having, I don't know, if you want to have more extravagant meals than a pot noodle or a brew or whatever, this is the one for you, because it comes with loads of different things and you can do so much with it. It comes in both gas canister form and also like LPG, like the bigger canisters, like the ones that you get for your barbecue. You can use that on it, but I've got the little tiny little gas canister version. Let's open it up and show you what I mean. So what do you get with it? Well, this is your lid, which doubles up as a wok. Alright, so you've already got your pan there squared away. This goes on the top there when you're going to put your grill on it. So it turns into like a barbecue. A little bit rusty there, I haven't used that for a while. You also get a non-stick grill plate, flat plate, which can be used instead of a frying pan. Do your bacon on there, do your eggs on there, sausages, whatever you want. Absolutely bloody, just brilliant, just a brilliant bit of kit. And then you have this here. This is your flame disperser. All right, that goes if you're doing the barbecue. And then put your grill on the top, and it disperses the flames really well. But this, let's get this out of the way. This is what we're talking about. Alright, so essentially it's just a gas hob. Alright, there it is. But on the bottom there, push that down, and the legs flip up. So you then got your cooker nice and high, good to go. Right, so what we're going to do, take this off, a little GRS one, that'll go in its pouch, and then we're just going to fit this to the bottom. Like so. There we go. Right, same detail as before. 2 cups. Oh. Start the stopwatch. there we go. Just under 6 minutes. That is definitely boiling, as you can see there. Get in there. Yeah. Next up, my favourite, Primus Omnifuel. Absolutely bloody brilliant. Comes in this really good pouch in here. I keep my lighters. Comes with a little tool to help you change certain things, I'll show you in a minute. Keep my lighters, my fire strikers, everything in there. And inside here, got the unit itself. I don't know why I haven't taken that off actually, but there it is. This is the Primus Omnifuel. Still connected up actually, I don't know why I didn't disconnect it, but these go around like that. It sits like so. Inside as well, you get this. This is your windshield, which you can use, which clearly I haven't used. It goes around it. But yeah, absolutely bloody brilliant. This is going to be used today with petrol, but you can use anything with it. I've even had it going on waste aircraft fuel. You know, it was a bit of a bastard to light, but it was working with aircraft fuel. So diesel, petrol, anything like that. And of course, if you want to, you can use a gas canister with it. But what I found in France was when it was cold, it's just, yeah, again, the gas, it was just too cold for the gas and it weren't effective essentially. What you get with this is on one of the legs, but you can see on one of the legs here, okay, you've got little nozzles, and the little nozzles go inside there, and it tells you on the side there which nozzles for which fuel, LPG, P fuel and other. It gives you the little nozzles that you can change, and that's using the tool that I just showed you that was in the bag there. But yeah, really good. You have to pump it up a little bit to get the pressure, of course. Up there. And fully on. And you have to have it sit like that. Okay. Right. You have to prime it. So turn it on, a little bit of fuel comes out. Come on, you bastards, right. A little bit of fuel comes out. And this is of course a dirty flame. Right, you've got to let the flame heat up so that it becomes a clean flame. But anyway, in the meantime, while that's heating up, second fire. Right. So as it's heating up now, it's going, oh, I want to be a clean flame, I want to be a clean flame. And now it is. Here we go. So you can hear it burning away there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the stopwatch. And then I'm going to turn it up, right? But one of the downsides of this is it's loud, man. It is really loud, right? So start the stopwatch. Two and a half minutes. Unbelievable. Really, 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 really good stove. And we've got a brew. 2.5 minutes. Absolutely top notch stove. Gas, petrol, aircraft fuel, diesel, whatever you want to use, it uses it. It can use it. It can cook on it. This is with petrol today, but just unbelievable. Bit pricey. I mean, we're talking 100 and closer to 150 quid for this bad boy. But I don't know if this can be beaten. I really don't for all-round use. Yeah, it comes in that pouch, which is a bit bulky, but really, really good. Oh. And finally, we come to this beauty. This is the Coleman dual fuel camp stove 424, an absolute workhorse. And I've got to be honest with you, I found it in a skip. Someone was chucking it out and I went, I'll have that. So this is brilliant. Bit bulky, it's about the size of a briefcase. Heavy, and it works on petrol. I've had to move the camera around, show you how to set it up. This is your fuel tank essentially. Look at dirty. Pump it up, same as the other Coleman that I've got. In fact, I can't pump it up anymore, right? But it just slots in the front, like so. Goes into the tube, and then it locks into place. And you put your grill on like that. Oh, look at that! Look at the state of me. Anyway, so that's it set up, right? And every little fuel thing there says lighting lever must be up to ignite and down to cook. So let's get it going. Works the same principle as the other stoves that need priming, in the fact that you've got to let the fuel go in, let it heat up, and then it heats up the pipe, and then it comes out a nice clean fuel. So let's get it going. Can hear it coming through. Smell it coming through. And whilst that's going, let's do the same as we've done. Cup. 2 cups. So it's a dual burner. So you've got obviously one burner on this side, and then another burner on this side, and to operate that, all you do is you just turn this key on the other side and the fuel comes out, and then you can light that. But we're only going to use a single burner today. In fact, let me show you what happens when you have the other one on. So as you can see, I've got both of them going now. That one's not as powerful as that one, but you see the flame's gone down because it's getting the fuel shared through. But the good thing about this is you could be cooking your brew, cooking your bacon and eggs at the same time. Absolutely brilliant. I love this stove. I think it's great. It reminds me of old camping trips that I used to when I used to go to the Isle of Wight when I was a kid. I'm sure this was the stove that we used to have. Anyway, right, so even though it is a yellow flame, that's what we're going to cook on. It's at max chat now. So let's get the phone. Restart. And get it on. So I've got a feeling by looking at this, that kettle's going to be black after this. I'd say so. But, you know, this old stove is ancient, absolutely ancient. So, if you're looking to, you know, if you're on a bit of a bigger sesh, a social, you know, you want to cook your breakfast at the same time as you've got your kettle on, there's absolutely, I don't think there's anything that can beat it, apart from maybe like a gas one. But yet again, in the winter, petrol's the way ahead, absolutely the way ahead. 6.5 minutes. So there we have it, the Carpvader's guide to all the stoves that I've got. For me, there is a clear winner. It has to be the Primus omnifuel. For an all-round stove that's a little bit big but not too big, it just cooks so fast. You can use any fuel with it, and you know, it's just fantastic. It's just a great stove. But of course, they all have their little perks. If you're one of these bank rats that, you know, carrying minimal kit, totally lightweight, then, you know, go for the GRS, the tiny little one, tiny little gas cylinder. If you're only there for, you know, you only want to keep yourself alive basically just by cooking pot noodles and drinking brews, use that one. You know, really good. I wouldn't say that the Dragon fuel is any good. You know, that is like dead emergencies to carry that around. It's just not the one. If you're on a big session, certainly get the cadac. If you're cooking your big meals, big batch meals, stir fries and whatever you want, bring the cadac along. The dual burner, yet again, it will save you time, but it is bulky. And then of course, if you really want to go old school, bring the Coleman burner along. I mean, it is just old school. Everyone knows that stove. It's good, works in the winter, fantastic stove. But yet again, like I say, for me, for all year round use, it's got to be petrol every single time. You can fill it up on the way to the lake, and bring your fuel burner with you. Gas, certainly for summer, for ease, sell it in pretty much every shop, they even sell it at lakes now. But yeah, for me, it's definitely the omnifuel. I'm going to get back to my brew with all them hot waters that I've boiled, yeah, hopefully I'll see you on the bank sometime. Till next time, fish safe, don't have nightmares. Cold now.